Hi everyone, this is Deborah. A subscriber of mine wanted me to do some more videos about dating when you're over 60. So some of this is going to be funny, some of it's going to be serious, so please remember that I have a sense of humor, and hopefully you do too. So this is what I found out since I've been dating since 2009, I guess. Now, the only reason why I started dating is because my ex had people living with him, you know. So I figure, okay, why can't I start dating? He has, a partner living with him. So I made that decision. And it really did not have a reflection on the divorce because I know this is hard to take and hard to swallow, but most divorces are done in the hallway because the partners or the husband and wife don't want that nitty-gritty crap coming out in front of the judge. So yeah, it's done in the hallway, negotiated in the hallway. So back to dating. I went out, I think the first guy I went out with, he had swastikas, I swear to God, tattooed on his chest. And this is one thing that there's a common denominator with these dates. They want to get you intoxicated. Please don't do it. Don't do it. Order tea or water or coffee or Coke. Don't do it. Because you never know if they're going to put something in your drink. You know, that is a possibility. And that did happen to me once, and I almost died. But that's another story. Now, I think the second time I went on a date, I went skiing, I found out the guy just buried his wife a week ago. And I'm going, why am I with a guy that just hasn't even finished mourning his wife? So I never saw him again. Even though he, lived in a mansion and he gave me his house keys, I said no. If I was to pass, I would want my husband to at least mourn me for 2 weeks. So, let's see. A lot of guys will try whatever they can, and they're going to trick you. And you're going to be tricked to get into your house. You cannot, under any circumstances, tell them where you live. Try not to even let them know what you're driving. I had one guy even text me my tag number, which means he knows what I'm driving, you see. They will offer to bring you presents, or they'll want flowers delivered to you. So don't give out your address because you never know which guy is going to stalk you or cause problems in your life. So it is crucial. And you're not going to know that for the first probably 5-7 dates because most guys put their best foot forward, as women do too. Yeah, and you never know if you're with a crazy woman. She could be off her rocker. You're not going to know. But I think all of us do little tests. I do tests, and I know the guys do this too. They're just not going to admit to it. But I would cancel a date or bring up something that could cause an argument to see how they handled that. If they slammed doors and screamed or hollered, I never would date them again because I know that they have anger issues. And there's a lot of people out there, I think it's called intermittent anger something. I have to do some research, but there is a diagnosis of that. That is men who cannot control their temper, as well as women who can't either. I've seen women be upset over the stupidest things. So yeah, women do little tests. And another one is, if you do get in their car, eventually you see how they drive. You see if they have road rage, you see if they're out drinking with you, that they don't stop after the 6th beer. That is a big red flag. But I'm at the age now where, since I'm 63, that dating is okay if I do, okay if I don't. Because it takes so much energy if you're disabled or in chronic pain to get dressed to the nines. I may be the only one that shaves her legs. I don't know. When I told somebody that I shaved my legs on a date, they're going, why? Well, this is something I've always done. But the telephone and texting is, I think, a big problem. Because when you go on these dating sites, it's very hard to deactivate them too. I mean, you pretty much have to call them to get, to get them to stop charging you. And they will, even though you did like a 3 months, if you don't read the fine print, they're going to charge you and keep charging you. But the guys want your email immediately. Now, if I got 65,000 emails, I don't want to do that. I don't have the time to even research or get on my email. And then you get these guys that text you. If you give them your phone number, some of these weirdos will text you in the middle of the night. They have no respect. Don't go out with them. And if they'll call you too. And if they ask what you're wearing, please don't respond. They don't need to know what the hell you're wearing. Those guys are perverts. They're creeps. Don't give them anything. And when you're on a date, a woman can't even hint at sex. I did that once. I brought up sex on a first date. Next thing I know, the guy wanted to, cuddle in the bed. No, you don't even bring up sex. And that's pretty sad, because women need to be a little bit more open with their sexual self, but not on a first date. No, because the guys always take it the wrong way. You cannot talk about your past sexual adventures. You're going down the wrong path if that happens. So don't even hint at anything that could be misconstrued in that area. And always let the guy pay, because I've been with 2 men and I've paid for the first couple dates, and then they expected me to pay all the rest. So don't do that, because then you won't find out if they're a goddamn beach bum or if, they're narcissist. And if you go out with a guy that never asks you what you want to do on a date, steer clear of him. I dated one guy for about 2 years, and every date was at the racetrack. Every date. And I had to pay my way into the racetrack. I'm going, what a freaking loser. Then I find out, if you do have the opportunity to go through their medicine cabinet, and I know you're going to say, well, you shouldn't do that. Well, yes, you should. Because if you go through their medicine cabinet, number 1, you might find Viagra. Number 2, you may find Haldol, some really strong antidepressants. You might find Antabuse. You might find out they have a heart condition. You need to be a little bit snoopy, okay? And I know I'm going to get a lot of comments about this, but this may save your life. You just never know. And I'm sure if the guys had a chance, they would go through your phone. Yeah, and when you're dating, always put a password on your phone, because they could take it from you. And if they are very jealous, which is not a good thing, and they see that some guys text you, I mean, you could be in a combative situation. So, yeah, you shouldn't be looking at your phone anyway on a date. But every date, you should tell your mother, your sister, or your brother where you're going and when you're going to be back home, because if you don't, how are they going to know what happened or if anything happened? So always let somebody know where you're going. Bye.